Hello YouTube, what's going on? ItsBarakaa here and we're back with the psychological horror game called Fear Me! And let me tell you, this game is about to make you tremble in your boots with the horrifying stuff you're about to see. Sucker, if you sleep with the nightlight on today, you just might want to keep it on. So let me tell you a little bit about it before we get into it. You're just minding your business, you're coming into a job, and there's this mysterious ugly dude who walk up to you and stuff. $2 ain't worth this much getting killed over. Maybe you'll survive to earn his trust, but cross him, you may not survive to replay the tape. And that's why you probably clicked on this video.
To see me suffer, right? To see me crawl back to my room and change my undies. Cause I do got them over there.
To get scared, to get a laugh out of me. So let's just dive in before Jeff the Killer gets us. Killer gets us. Look, she follows your cursor. Whoa! Well, look over here. That's so cool. The room was silent, illuminated by the warm midday light filtering through the window. You looked anywhere, but at your therapist, you didn't feel comfortable enough to speak freely. Attending these sessions felt like a chore, more than for your own good. It seemed like a way to keep an eye on you. Therapist. You know you have no obligation to talk about him. The therapist watched you patiently, leaning calmly against the back of his armchair. You can talk about whatever you want. Why does he have a scary voice? You scoffed ironically, offering no reply. It had been 7 days enough. It had been 7 days. Enough time for someone to change, don't you think? Instinctively, you raised your hand to the left side of your face to where a patch covered your left eye. Whoa. Therapist. He hurt you. There's no doubt about it. The police, the hospital, everyone has their vision, but I want yours. Okay, so we know we got hurt. How do we get hurt? I don't know. Please don't ask me. You shrugged. That's fine. Silence is an answer. You looked towards the window. Your reflection silhouette was visible in the glass. Even though you couldn't see yourself clearly, your posture and expression was noticeably different from a week ago. Day one! We're in the store. Better get it lit. Yeah, better get it lit up in the store. Hold on. What? You said you want some more. Hold on. Let me walk in the store, buy a couple games and hop on the train. I'm not here for the fame. I'm just trying to play some games. Hold on. Let me tame you. I just want to train you. The start of your shift is like your life start button. You have a clear routine, wake up, work, and sleep. You have no legacy, no ambitions, no pending matters. You fulfilled your duties as a student and finished school, but you lack the motivation to pursue a dream or go beyond where you are now. You feel as if you don't have a steering role in the world because nothing special has happened to you, yet. In fact, one could say you let apathy guide you, an apathy that numbs your strong emotions. A roller coaster ride, pleasant. You trip and fall face first in public, not the end of the world. Positive or negative, your emotional range was very low, like a perfect blank canvas. Anyway, you try to make your life as comfortable as possible. Hold on, let's look at these games real quick. Pause. These games look sick though. Hold on, if I was to go there, I'd buy all of them in 3 seconds. I don't got money for that. I'm sorry. You try to make your life as comfortable as possible. As strange as it sounds, you work at a video store that only attracts nostalgics and cinephilists. I don't know what that means. What are we gonna choose? I am a movie person. So let's go with I love movies. The main reason you took this job is because you like it. You can spend hours watching movies and never get bored. The place is colorful enough to not depress you just by being there. And if you're lucky, you might just run into an interesting character or two. Who you talk about? Jeff the Killer? Of course, besides the characters that already exist. Hey, Cindy, I like you already. Tan, blonde hair. Okay, this is my coworker. Shoot, might not be my coworker through the night.
What?
Catching up on lost time. For a moment, I thought you wouldn't come. Cindy, your coworker. She's not very good at her job, which is saying a lot since being an attendant at a time-lost store doesn't require much effort, but she's the owner's daughter. Wow, you're the full-time employee and you do well. You two don't get along great, nor terribly you tolerate each other. Cindy, where's your badge? Instinctively, you reach for your neck and indeed your employee badge was there. Can you shut up? Instinctively, you search for your neck and indeed your employee badge wasn't there. It's strange, but I feel like I can't say your name without your badge. Cindy shrugged and retreated to the back room with a Cindy shrugged and retreated to the back room with a box full of movies. Okay, Cindy, I see you made a great impression on the first time I seen you. Somehow, what she said made sense. It was as if you couldn't remember your own name unless it was written right in front of you. We got like frickin', what's it called, Alzheimer's or something? As if names only existed if someone else spoke them aloud. Well, you remember taking it out of your things when you arrived, so it was most likely still in the store. Hey, this music though! Alright, so when we arrived, so where would that be? I don't know, I just want to go to aisle 1. Among the shelves full of action movies, your badge was nowhere to be found. Whoops. Let's get that aisle 2 though. You leaned down to try and get a better look at the floor, hoping your badge was around somewhere. You moved down the small aisle, determined past shelves packed with horror and thriller movies. Ooh, horror. Until you spotted the unmistakable piece of plastic almost at the end of the aisle. You were reaching for your badge, but a white hand got there first, slowly picking up the plastic piece. Oh, who the frick is that? What is going on with your face, dude? You need some lotion. You look up and find yourself facing a tall, hooded man with his face covered. He looked like a potential criminal, or someone with a bad code. Dude, you need to get that checked out. You might run and remove that mask so I can hear you real quick. But you didn't have the energy to worry. You straightened up, standing face to face. The man seemed to ignore you, more interested in your badge in his hand. Is this yours? His voice, muffled by the fabric, was deep and slightly raspy. I got the perfect voice without even looking at this descriptive detail stuff. You nodded silently, looking at the man suspiciously. By the way he cocked his head. Prove it. Oh, dude, you need a what's them things called? A freaking cough drop. Yeah, you need a cough drop, dude. Now you can finally visualize your name. Your name is. Hey, we get to put our own name in this sucker. Hold on. Who could I be? I am putting Barakaa. Of course, it's my own name. Welcome to the channel. If you don't know me, I'm Barakaa. Barack or Barack? I usually like going by Barack, so we could just put Barack. Nah, just Barack. I'm going insane. Barack or Barack. We'll go Barack. The man looked at the badge in silence, and for a moment, you truly thought you might have been wrong after all. But then he offered you the piece of plastic. Alright, Barack. You took the badge. It's weird saying my own name. You took the badge in your hands, giving the guy a look. We do want to be friendly with this sucker, cause look at him. He looks like he'll kill us in 3 seconds. Thanks, mister. Don't call me that. I'm not that old. Sound like it. Sorry, but I have no way of knowing when I can't see your face. I guess you have a point. Besides, from the skin on your hands, I can tell you're not exactly a young fella. Yeah, I get it. The guy's voice sounded irritated. A part of you said you should be more sweet with customers, but if you managed to annoy him with your chatter, you could consider it an achievement. This guy gave you bad vibes. You silently put the badge around your neck while you remained motionless in the spot. You slowly moved towards the counter. The guy stared at you as you moved, which only made your discomfort worse. Dude, stop staring at me! Freaking move your eyes or something. You decided to ignore him, shifting your attention to one of the monitors next to you. You could if the hooded guy from before would stop wandering around the store so suspiciously. You tried your best to ignore him, but it was impossible not to notice him. Maybe he was doing it on purpose. Hey, what's up, Cindy? Hey, Barack. At the sound of your name, you looked up at Cindy, who'd come around the corner to stand next to you. Okay, we got the riz. Did you see that guy? He's been here for a long time. Sure did. You looked where she was subtly pointing, and of course he was talking about the same guy. Yeah, I saw him. You shrugged. A very logical reaction, right? Maybe he's deciding what to buy. He was probably just a weirdo you see once. No big deal. Anyway, Cindy, as annoying as he was, wasn't really easily flustered. He's just a weirdo. We see those every day. But this one feels different. You were starting to believe Cindy had watched many movies, but then you remember she didn't like cinema and only worked in her dad's store. We could go to the movies after this. When I talked to him, he didn't seem dangerous. Cindy turned to you surprised. You talked to him? Did he say anything strange? No, not particularly. He just gave me back my badge. Why did he have it? I mean, he grabbed it first. Look, it wasn't a big deal. Cindy looked at you in silence for a few seconds, then sighed. If he makes you uncomfortable, I can ask him to leave. Cindy shook her head, glancing at the guy. You're probably right. Okay, I'll leave you to it. I'll go check the inventory. Sure. You settled into your designated chair, and before you could pretend to look at the receipts, Cindy spoke again. But if he does anything suspicious, let me know, okay? Got you, girl. You nodded slightly. Cindy didn't wait for a verbal response. She just went back to her task. You kept your eyes fixed on the monitor screen for a moment. Out of the corner of your eye, you glanced at the aisles. The guy was still there. Dude, what the frick? Why is he still here? Just standing. He was looking at the shelf that had nothing particularly interesting. And then he looked at you. It wasn't a quick or distracted glance. It was direct. It's like staring at me like... Shoot, I want to be menacing. We're gonna meet his gaze. You returned his gaze with the same intensity. You didn't know if you were... we got a +1, I think that means something good. You didn't know if you were doing it out of bravery or stubbornness. Or simply curiosity. No, I was doing it out of bravery. Bravery.
Hey y'all, come look at this.
Ah! But he didn't blink. And then he made a slight gesture. An almost imperceptible nod of the head, as if he were greeting you. You decided to ignore him, turning your attention back to the monitor to remove the CD from the player. As you put the CD back in its case, you looked at your options. Yeah, you know what your boy already going for. We going for that horror though. Hey, you enjoy the scares and the atmosphere the horror movies create. You were about to pick a movie until the sudden sound of someone leaning on the counter in front of you distracted you. Dude, get away from me! Ah! I can smell your breath from right here. Again, the stranger was there, this time in front of you, you looking intensely at the CD in your hands. What movie are you going to put on? Excuse me? I want to know what movie you're going to put on. Is that a crime? No, of course not. But... Come on, I'm undecided. Maybe you can inspire me. You looked at him in silence for a moment, then sighed with weird wariness. Ooh, we like The Exorcist though. 1972. Seriously, you like that? Hey, it's a classic. I admit it. I admit it had an impact, but it's just religious propaganda. Okay, maybe you have a point, but that doesn't make it any less good. Whatever you say. Well, did that help you decide? Dude, my voice is kind of getting... Dude. The guy cocked his head. Now you knew for sure that his way was showing mockery. A little. A little. Though, what caught my attention most was the genre you choose. You raised an eyebrow. Oh yeah? And what about it? Horror. His tone dropped. Interesting choice. It's always something about the person who prefers it. Like what? That you're looking to feel something real. Oh no, not by you. Not by you. Or you want fear to have a face. Something you can understand, even if it means danger. His words were soft, but they pricked like needles under your skin. Or maybe I like strong emotions without putting myself at risk, like everyone else. But you're not like everyone else. Well, that phrase needs to be removed from the visual novel bingo. He moved a little closer to the counter. Dude, back away from me! He didn't invade your space, but it was as if he caressed it. You don't seem to be afraid. Should I be? I should be. Depends. Do you prefer to see a horror from the outside or have it stare back at you? We gonna go with the egg. No, go with it. I guess it depends on how pretty the face of horror is. He tilted his head slightly, as if you had said something he didn't quite expect, but he didn't seem surprised either. Wow! Keep in mind that sometimes pretty things bite too. So I bite all the time. He glanced at the shelves for a second as if he's looking for something, but it was obvious he wasn't. Or maybe you like being bitten. Who knows? He shrugged, as if downplaying his own words. He extended a finger and drew circles on the counter surface. He was pretending to think, ignoring you, but aware of your presence. For your mental sanity's sake, you need to hurry him up. I feel like if he was direct, he would kind of get mad and then kill us later, so we're going direct. Oh shoot, we asked badly. I should have been subtle. Hey buddy, could you hurry up? What's the rush? There aren't many customers beside me. Do you even want to buy anything? The guy chuckled. I'm just indecisive. I'm not bothering anyone. That is true. You could use that as a defense. You glanced back, searching for Cindy just to feel some security that you weren't on your own. But unfortunately, you didn't see her anywhere. Oh crap. Then without you asking, he reached a hand over the counter. I'm Jeff. I think it's time we formally introduce ourselves. Don't you, Barack? What's up, Jeff? Hope you're not a killer. Your gaze dropped to his hand. High five him. Hey! We're befriending a killer because I don't want to be killed. Yeah. Jeff laughed loudly, drawing the attention. Jeff laughed loudly, drawing the attention of a few remaining customers in the store. You couldn't help it, but you also laughed at your action. Hey, don't why do I keep using his voice for my voice? Hey, don't exaggerate it. They're watching us. Why? Are you embarrassed for them to see you? It's not that. You're bothering the customers. Heh, right. I didn't take you for someone who'd easily get embarrassed. As someone who works in a store, you should convince the customer to buy as much as possible, but something told you Jeff would take his sweet time. You watched him in silence for a few seconds, observing his thoughtful posture. If he was instant on prologuing the interaction, you were allowed to make him uncomfortable too, right? Oh, we are not asking him, are you single? Freaks, no. What's up with the banana, though? Why do you want to know? Curiosity. I have scars. They're not pleasant to see. I could tell. Looks like you touched a nerve. Well, did you decide what to get? Jeff focused his attention on you. Wow, it seems like you really want to get rid of me. Answer nicely. It's not that. If you need help, I'm here to assist. He tilted his head slightly, but this time not with mockery, but rather boredom. His fingers stopped drumming, now still on the counter surface. Ah, right. Customer service protocol. I also forgot to mention, there is multiple different endings for this game. So I would really like some feedback if y'all would really want to see like part 2 of this with a different ending. I'm trying to go for like a nice ending, kind of. I don't know what ending I'm gonna get, but yeah. Ah, right. Customer service protocol. The mockery was still there, but his eyes no longer sparkled with the same intensity. For a second, it almost seemed like he was going to say something more, but he just let out a discreet sigh. Anyways, I don't think I'll be taking anything. Great. All that for nothing. I wish it had been a pleasure to meet you, Barack, but I'm not so sure. Jeff straightened up from the counter, patting it. Yeah, I agree, Jeff. You didn't hold back and match his low energy. Jeff waved his hand dismissively and left. Finally, this guy was getting on your nerves with all his questions and comments. Everything seemed like an invitation to a game, but you didn't have to accept it. Your workday was over. All in all, it was quiet. Night had fallen, but there was no reason to worry since you lived a few blocks away. Some things were just convenient like that. This week it was Cindy's turn to close the store. Since you two had almost the same position, you decided that closing duties would be by turns. So you had your things ready to go home. Are you going to be okay? Sure, why wouldn't I be? That guy seemed a bit fixated on you. Guys, I don't know. That raspy voice got me talking weird for Cindy's voice. You scoffed ironically. Come on. On me? Yeah, I don't get it either. Okay, ouch. Oh, you're dissing me. You're calling me ugly? She's calling me ugly. You're calling me ugly. Wow, you're calling me ugly. Am I ugly? Do I look ugly? But what if he follows you? That's not going to happen. He left hours ago. There's no way he stayed lurking around here. I don't know. Your danger sensor isn't very accurate, I'd say. Oh, so you're calling me dumb now. Am I dumb? Do I look dumb? Hello? You. Do I look dumb? Danger is subjective. That's not true. Why do you care so much? I thought you hated me. Cindy was surprised by your words. She averted her gaze, playing with the mop handle she had in her hands to clean before closing. Yeah, you better turn away. I don't hate you. I just think being with you is boring. Yeah, well, you're not exactly the life of the party. I don't mean it in a bad way, really. I feel peaceful with you. Oh. Your disregard for everything could be tiresome, but it's also comforting in a way. You scratch your head, not knowing how to react to Cindy's words. She had never said anything nice to you until now. Cindy cleared her throat, looking away with an embarrassed grimace. What I mean is, I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Oh, so you actually care for me. Thank you. Instead of calling me dumb. Or what's the other one? Ugly. You took a step towards her and placed your hand on her shoulder, smiling calmly. What's up, girl? How you doing today? Let me just... I'll be fine. Just because something weird happened doesn't mean the universe has decided to turn against me. You shared a final farewell gesture before you closed the door behind you. We're closed for that night. That was day one. Well, not yet. The store sign indicated it was closed, and you sighed, feeling the weight of adult life in capitalist world lift a little from your shoulders. Just a little. Walking down the hall now. It was part of the routine, saying goodbye to Cindy and finally going home. You lived on your own since you started working, so you had no extra responsibilities to worry about, which gave you space to focus on your needs. It wasn't an extraordinary life, but it was functional. You worked during the week, earned enough money for rent and bills, and rested on the weekends. Even though the street was well lit, the atmosphere remained gloomy as you walked towards your apartment. It had always been like this, nothing to fear, right? What the frick? Suddenly, you heard quick footsteps behind you. You turned to react, but felt arms wrapped tightly around your neck, immobilizing you. You struggled to break free. What the frick was that? You struggled to break free, but then you felt the pressure in your stomach. A cold sensation branched from your stomach to the rest of your body, and you could promise you felt your guts spilling out. Your body convulsed after being pierced, and that's what the pain hit. What the frick? It hurt. It hurts a lot. It was so intense you couldn't feel your limbs. Is this how you were going to die? You knew it would happen eventually, but you didn't know it would hurt so much. Who could have done this to you? Something so cruel. Did you even deserve it? You were an saint, but you didn't consider yourself a bad person. The last thought that crossed your mind was that Cindy would have to cover your shift while they looked for a replacement. I died. Ending. You didn't get his attention. What? Well, that was ending one. If y'all would like to see more, just comment it or like this video. It would help let me know. But if y'all enjoyed today's video, make sure you Warriors smash that like button, subscribe to join the Warriors today, and Warriors we are out. It's Baraka out.